Once upon a time, Keir Starmer was seen as the man who would restore Labour to its former glory. The tough lawyer, courtroom star, entered politics carrying the hopes of Labour voters tired of division and defeat. But quickly, the dream became a farce, a political comedy of the highest order. And with every episode, the plot only gets more ridiculous. But before we dive into this grand political tragedy, let's pause for a quick reminder. Did you know that over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel? We totally get it, life gets busy, and it's easy to forget. But subscribing is completely free, and it helps us keep bringing you content that cuts through the noise. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button and become part of our growing community. Thank you for your support. It all began when Starmer's government, amid a devastating cost of living crisis, decided the time was right to save money. Not by taxing megacorporations. Not by cutting government waste. But quietly, almost coldly, by proposing £4.8 billion in cuts to welfare support. Yes. They targeted disability payments, long-term unemployment support, and mental health benefits. Within days, the policy went from a government headache to a full-blown political uprising. 150 Labour MPs, including some who once backed Starmer's leadership bid, openly revolted. Some described the cuts as a betrayal of Labour's founding mission. One MP bitterly said, "We were promised moral leadership, instead we got austerity in a red tie." This wasn't hushed discontent behind closed doors. It was a very public insurrection, loud and defiant. Vicky Foxcroft, a former government whip, resigned live on air, saying she could no longer defend a party that abandons the people it was created to protect. Cue panic mode, Starmer rushed into damage control. Emergency meetings were held, compromises offered, but instead of backing down, he doubled down. Rachel Reeves, Chancellor of the Exchequer, delivered the government line with almost robotic precision. "We have to be realistic. These are necessary reforms to ensure sustainability." Yes. Sustainability, political code for let's hurt the most vulnerable and call it responsible governance. Meanwhile, charities and advocacy groups sounded the alarm. Mental health charity Mind warned the cuts could lead to spikes in suicide and homelessness. Analysts predicted that 250,000 people, including 50,000 children, could fall below the poverty line. And, for the first time, even centrist MPs began to feel ashamed of the man they once fought to put in power. In the background, Labour WhatsApp groups descended into chaos. One backbencher wrote, "If we can't stop this, Labour as a moral force is finished." Others threatened to quit, defy the whip, or even challenge the leadership head-on. Starmer's response? A few minor tweaks, freezing the winter fuel payment cap, softening some criteria, but no change of heart. The core of the cut remained intact. Let's not forget, this is the same man who ran for leadership on a platform of rebuilding trust. He promised integrity, justice, compassion. He vowed to cleanse politics of cynicism. But today? The public feels betrayed. Activists feel deceived. And the voters who handed him a mandate are asking, is this really Labour? Behind closed doors, the rebellion is turning into something more coordinated. Key trade union leaders who once cheered his rise are now condemning his direction. Former shadow ministers call it an outright moral failure. And if the bill isn't scrapped, dozens of MPs, including ministers, are threatening to vote against it in Parliament. Meanwhile, the Conservatives are watching gleefully from the sidelines. "Let Labour destroy itself," quipped one former Tory minister with a grin. Could Starmer become the first Labour leader to be toppled by his own MPs? Is this Blair versus Brown all over again? Not quite, this is worse. Because now, it's not just elite rivalry, it's the base versus the leadership. Keir Starmer is no longer the man Labour thought it elected. And if he doesn't reverse course fast, he may soon find himself a leader without a party, a prime minister without a government, and a reformer without a cause. This isn't just a policy dispute. It's a struggle for the soul of the Labour Party. Can it remain the party of fairness and justice? Or has its leader pushed it past the point of no return? Tell us what you think in the comments. Are you team not my Labour, has Starmer gone too far? Or team spreadsheet politician, doing what's necessary to save the budget? And remember, like this video, subscribe for more honest political commentary, and share it with others who care about what's really going on behind closed doors. Together, we can hold our leaders accountable, and maybe, just maybe, keep politics human.